We did 30k in the first day drop. Can you believe that? That was in June. We did the same thing, even better. In July, we sold even more stock. And it's August now, and August is gonna go crazy. But I'm looking forward to September because we're gonna have 6 figures, around 100k in stock. So that's gonna be insane. And don't worry, I'll be showing you the Shopify accounts, the ad accounts, the Klaviyo email account, so you trust me, okay? Because I'll be showing you the full strategy that we did, so you need to see the numbers too. So my name is Huji, and I'm here to show you our brands, artists, creators, whoever creative people out there, that you can be a business person and a creative person at the same time. So let's jump to my YouTube first for you to see that it's actually me, you know, and that I'm logged into my YouTube here. Here's my link tree, blah blah blah. But yeah, so the brand is Delinquents Truly. Let me restart Shopify. All right, just click restart and show you June. As you can see, total sales, we dropped on the 22nd of June and 30k in a drop. Okay, if you take a look at the and obviously like the whole month was like 50k, but I'm talking about the drop specifically. And obviously we still had to make sure that we sell after the drop, because a lot of people tend to focus on hyping up the drop, and then they totally forgot what happens post drop. The ads manager, let me restart this as well. Load. All right, as you can see now, obviously, you know, it's August and we're preparing to drop on the 17th. Probably gonna make another video about that, so stay tuned. So we're not running any ads right now because we don't have stock. But for this client, we spent 2.7k, as you can see, and 10 ROAS. Okay, so if you count it up, it's around 27k from just ads. Okay, that's from just ads. Wait for it. Cost per purchase, we were aiming for, you know, very low cost per purchase. As you can see, just six cost per purchase. I really like this campaign. Bottom of funnel and middle of funnel. And you know, we were aiming for the lowest cost per purchase, cost per result. As you can see, $6, you know, the lowest here. So imagine that you can pay $6 to get a purchase, you know, talking about your cost. I don't know, let's say it costs you, I don't know, $20 to, you know, produce a tea, and $6, which is 26 in total cost, right? And you sell the tea for, I don't know, 70, 60, whatever. You see like extreme margins here. Let's go to Klaviyo, so you see another result proof. So in June, we did only 7k from emails, which is 13% from the entire revenue, as you can see here. I'll be showing you, you know, what kind of strategies in emails we did after in a bit. But essentially from campaigns, we made like 5k from emails and 7k from flows, 1.7k. But that's pretty low because that was the first month we were working with this client. But if we switch to July, you're gonna be shocked, right? If we switch to July, the emails were just warming up, right? But now if we switch to July, it went up to almost 40% of the entire, you know, revenue, which is what we're aiming for when it comes to emails. And it was 18k, right? So the first month, you know, the strategy, they were just warming up, and we were mainly targeting people that kind of purchased, especially within the flows and welcome series and everything. We targeted people that bought after 30 days. So kind of that was our setup, that, you know, we didn't want to spam email to people right away, right when they sign up, when we were just warming up. But the main period of our sales process is with emails is when after 30 days of like a subscriber signing up to the email list. But okay, that's enough proof. I hope so. I'll show you more proof if you want to. Just let me know, just DM me or whatever. We can hop on a call. But if you want to achieve, you know, these same kind of results, you know, hitting 50k, you know, and for September again, we're aiming for maybe 200, 150k for Black Friday. We'll see. But here's some fundamental stuff that the client did themselves that we were able to essentially scale, because we just came into the business and we scaled it. But here's stuff that the client actually worked through and thank you, Kenny, for actually being this type of person that we can work with, is the fact that he's a creative person, right? On top of it, he's been doing very well organically, and he's been getting compliments of his creative stuff, of his designs, by random people on the street, right? Which is already a great proof of concept. When you're just starting out, if you don't have crazy creatives, if you don't have crazy creativity and stuff like that, don't run ads. All right, grow the brand organically. But if you are able to produce these type of crazy shots, I'll show you just a few, right? These type of film, these type of crazy shots, then yeah, feel free to run ads, man. Like, because thank you, Kenny, again, for like being this type of creative person that we can work with and we can scale. Again, some another stuff. So this is like the foundation of a great scaling brand, right? Because you can have like the best products or the most unique products or whatever, and the products like that Kenny does, fuck, I don't want to download this, that Kenny does, you know, the products aren't that crazy, right? But the visual identity of how Kenny kind of sells the brand to an audience and the community is very unique. So another thing that is a great proof of concept for Kenny is that SneakerCon invited him to the event. All right, SneakerCon reached out to him, and if you're in the fashion industry, you should know what is SneakerCon. And British GQ magazine invited him, you know, for you know, to kind of press release his kind of, I guess, about him, about the brand. So like that's another proof of concept. For us, the content preparation is very important. Like if you on board with us, and if we don't see like that the creatives and your art is on a high level that you can compete with bigger brands in terms of like the actual quality of it, we will never press the button to run. We will push you and shove it through into your throat that, hey, we need to improve this. Until then, we can't show anything like to the world, right? So that's the perfectionism we kind of work with. And if you decide to work with us, then that's the hell you have to go through. You're artist, right? So act like it. So we had to make sure we had enough, you know, creatives pre-drop, obviously for the hyping period, and post-drop, right? Designs for every platform, you know, for socials, for stories, emails, newsletters, maybe updating like the website quality, website pics with different models, different poses, stuff around that, adding like just a product picture just on a white background, but also showing like the models, stuff around that, right? Just overall, just creativity. As you can see, Kenny even prepare like creatives for product story, product feed. So like we're prepared. Like that's the preparation you have to go through. Like if you think that you can just get a sample and start marketing directly, start selling, you can. Like those type of brands work, right? It's up to you. What kind of brand do you want to run? Do you want to be just running a brand, or do you want to be running an art business? Shit's up to you. So let's get to the actual, you know, sauce of the hyping formula. So just like a quick kind of drop launch info, we started pre-marketing, you know, on the 7th of June, and the 22nd of June was the drop day. In terms of offers for the pre-drop, so the period of June 7th to June 21st, obviously that's the pre-drop because 22nd is the drop. We had early access. Customers who signed up for early access, you know, got a sneak peek, and they could shop the collection 2 hours before the official launch. We had buy 2 items and get 10% off. I'll be talking about it a bit. We had free shipping. So, you know, we offer free shipping for early access purchases. And on the drop day, on the June 22nd at 10 a.m. In Kenny's Central Time, we had this launch day offer. Again, buy 2, get 10% off on all items for the first 72 hours. So it creates this kind of urgency. We had some exclusive bundles. So we had like special launch day bundles at a discounted rate. Again, buy 2 items, get 1 free or get 10% off. post drop, so June 23rd to the 30th, end of the month, we had offer ends today, so we had like a final 12-hour flash sale with an additional 10% discount on top of ongoing promotions. We had limited stock alert, which was true, right? We don't go by, just faking like limited stock, like, because Kenny runs on like pre-made stuff. Mainly, if we sell pre-made too quickly, we switch on pre-orders. So we had limited stock. We sold out almost like every stock, so we had to kind of push the fact and highlight limited quantities, and that way we encourage urgency. So the buy 2 items and get the 10% off helped us increase the average order value by a lot, obviously, right? And these type of offers really matter to kind of a lot of bigger luxury brands that I talk to out there. And if you're that type of brand, or an actual designer, you should make your art feel like it should be worth more, right? You have to kind of make them like it, make them want to purchase, and you need to charge like that. So this whole branding thing, and maybe you don't want to be a brand that does this kind of discounts, and you don't want to be seen as like a low ticket brand. If that's you, that's fine. It still works, right? If your products actually have that kind of quality. But these offers, again, in the whole marketing scheme, it just works. So it's just up to you if you want to go with that branding perceivement for your brand or not. And overall, it becomes like a really totally different like consumer perceivement, right? Because when you charge $200 per a tee versus just $50 per tee, like it becomes a totally different kind of feel to the consumer. Obviously, like I bought pants for even $500 and stuff like that, right? Because I felt like it's worth it. I felt the design, I felt the quality. But there are brands out there that charge like $100 for a tee, where they just put their fucking brand name in it, right? Rich Plug or whatever these Y2K type of brands nowadays do. I don't like those brands, honestly, but you do you. Overall, I want to just add on top of this kind of offer stuff, offers, upsells, downsells, doing bundles, packages, essentially, combining some different of your clothing pieces, putting them into bundle, and have a perceivement of like kind of charging less for the entire bundle. For example, overall, playing with your prices is how you kind of bump up your average order value. If you don't know what AOV is, aka average order value, is like if I'm your customer, on average how much I spend, right? So how much one customer on average spends on your store. And you can find that in Shopify. Like if you go to analytics, it's right there. So let's go to June again. All right, our AOV was $110. So one customer on average spends $110. If we go for July, essentially the average order was a bit lower, so the total revenue was a bit lower as well, because essentially we were selling mainly in July, we sold mainly tees, and in June we sold hoodies, and hoodies cost more, so it makes sense. But in total, we sold more stock in July than in June, but the overall revenue is still smaller because our average order value was smaller, because these cost less than hoodies, right? Usually. Alright, so the ad strategy. So pre-drop campaign was from 7th June to 21st. Our objective was obviously sales, but in the pre-drop phase, we wanted to mainly build curiosity and have people sign up to our emails and SMS pop up for for the drop announcements. Our audience, we targeted current customers, we had custom lookalikes, we obviously targeted broad and some interest-based audience, and we retargeted website visitors. The creatives ideas, you saw some of the content, and essentially most of that creative work is thanks to Kenny, we just consulted him, gave him feedback on some certain designs and kind of creative art in terms of pictures. But on top of it, he worked with a Balenciaga photographer. So as you can see, 2 months ago, Kenny here said, I'll also be working with Amy from Nigeria. She's a very high profile photographer, expensive as shit. Did she shoot for some known people too? Damn, that's heat. It was a scout shoot for Balenciaga, but she does for a lot of big brands, including big time rappers. As you can see, quality. Again, like working with artistic people. Like if you want to actually build an artistic business, you need to have artistic vision. One, yourself as a creative director of the brand, and two, have people around you with the same creative vision. On the drop day, 22nd of June, our objective was obviously just selling, because on the drop day, you have to go full with them sales processes. So essentially, we targeted people who engage from the pre-drop campaigns, new code customers, new code audiences, and we retargeted people who interacted with pre-drop ads. Essentially, throughout the ads, we had to test like top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel, and creatives. We had to switch through creatives. We had to see what the person who never saw the brand, so like top of funnel, cold audience, doesn't know. You should know this. Doesn't know the brand, never heard of the product, blah blah blah. We had to test everything. We had to test what the people who don't know about the brand actually likes, what they like to see, which kind of creatives. We had to see what type of people kind of like when they actually interacted with the brand, you know, let's say the ad or whatever in the middle of funnel. And then we had to kind of see what kind of step we should have taken for people to actually buy. So all of that kind of pyramid of top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel, we had to test everything to see what this audience likes, what they like when they become a more warm audience, what they like when they are about to buy audience, right? So it's a very data-backed kind of strategy, which you as an art person, or if you are a marketer watching this, you have to learn this. So in terms of July, let's go here to ads again. And as you already saw, like we made first Clavio, fuck. Let me restart this again so you see that it's actually valid. As you can see, in July, we made 40% of the entire revenue from just emails, which let's say 18K. For entire July, we spent 4K, right? We had an average rise 6. Again, like essentially, obviously, by job, no job's gonna keep you at 10 rise with the exact same spend, and we backed it with emails essentially. So the costs were pretty much it got kind of on the same level in a sense. The revenue were pretty much the same, 50K for both months. June was 53, I think, yeah, 53, and July was 49. So it's like it's not that big of a difference at this kind of point. Okay, so for email marketing strategy, we had a pre-drop campaigns, right? We were sending around 1 to 2 campaigns, manual campaigns per week. I'm not talking about the flows that, you know, a lot of starter brand owners do, you know, welcome series, blah blah, like the automatic flows. I'm talking about manual campaigns that we had to write. Okay, content. We announced the upcoming drop and early access benefits. You know, mainly, you know, if you take a look at Trendy Vision, for example, I'm pretty sure you know this brand. The campaigns most of the time is not something crazy, right? As I told you, and I'm telling on this channel and everywhere, is that you can have the most fucking simple email with non-text at all, right? And it's still gonna sell because the creativity, the fucking visuals are fucking like how else should I explain this to? So we incentivize in the pre-drop campaigns. You know, we encourage people to sign up for early access, and you know, we kind of promoted 10% for early people, right? The design, we had, you know, visual appealing, kind of a sneak peek of what was going to be dropping. We did on the 21st, we did a pre-drop reminder, so we're reminded about the drop and the last chance to sign up for early access. And we again promoted 10% off, and on top of it, free shipping for early access shoppers. We didn't do it in the 1 to 2 campaigns before June 21st because it was like it wasn't close to that job. But like right when the job was about to happen, we gave this on top of it, so it made people feel like, okay, now I probably have to join up. So on the job day, at 8 a.m. So the job was at 10 a.m. But at a.m. we started like VIP access. So we emailed VIP customers, with the early access to the collection. So it was again 2 hours before the official launch. The content, we had like the exclusive link to the just for people who actually sign up for the early access. All right, so the launch email at 10 a.m. right? Content, we officially announced the drop is live for everyone. We highlighted again 10% off launch day offer and more exclusive bundles. Post drop June 24th at 10 a.m. We reminded that the 10% off offer is ending in 12 hours. And we also on top of it highlighted limited stock alert and last chance to purchase. So here's one campaign, right? Great photo. Here's another pre-drop campaign, right? Here's another pre-drop campaign. You see how it's simple. Drop day campaign, right? Crazy pictures. Last chance to drop, to purchase campaign, right? In terms of flows are actually one of our biggest money makers. As you can see, flows are making majority of our money and will continue be making. It's on auto, so you're making money on auto in a sense. Campaigns are manual. That's manual guys, where you have to have some kind of manual input. And just a word, right? As you can see in the campaigns that I show you here, you see how these pictures are different. Like, so a lot of brands tend to just use the same picture, and as you can see, we're in a creative industry, and when it comes to creative people, they like to see new stuff. They like to see new vibes. They like to see new aesthetics. And if you don't understand this, you're probably not an artistic person. So I'm not saying quit it, but like just be aware of this. So here's our welcome series. Nothing crazy. We have this welcome to the family name. Just pause this if you want to. Honestly, if you want to steal this strategy, you can steal this, but it's like at the end of the day, it might not work the same for you. So that's kind of the reason why I can be showing this all to you, because you can copy the strategy, but you will never get the same results. So I actually lied to you, at the beginning of the video, that you're gonna get the same results. That is if you can be producing crazy creatives like these ones, right? If you are able to, you're gonna get the same results, trust me. So in terms of SMS marketing, pre-drop campaign, we did June 21st. We don't want to spam people with SMS that much, so it's like a quick type of thing, just a phone reminder. So June 21st, day before the drop, we had a message: get ready, our new collection drops on June 22nd at 10 a.m. Sign up now for early access and get 10% off, don't miss out. We included a link to the sign up page for early access. On the drop day at 10 a.m. We had message: it's here, our latest collection is live, shop now and get 10% off for the next 72 hours. And we added a link to shop. We also emphasized limited availability, and we added some special launch offers. So in terms of Instagram, socials, and organic, this totally for real depends on your content creator skill as an individual, your ability to create visuals and appealing hooks, right? Hook people, get them curious, entertain them, stuff like that. You already know this. Getting people to continuously watch your video, spark emotions in the videos. It totally depends on your own taste, your aesthetics, and your overall skill as the creative director of the brand. Because you might have a vision, but if you can't put it in place by yourself first, getting other people to kind of put it for you is a little bit harder. If you can communicate it if you are a great person with great communicative skills in terms of guiding people, then you're good. But if you are a creative director that can't even speak your vision properly, then I would recommend you actually doing it yourself first to actually know the technicalities of doing it hands-on. when you're just beginning, do designs. Great stuff, man. Like just fucking create entire library for yourself. And trust me, like if you do this on like a consistent basis, not even every day, right, then you'll become better as an overall creative person. So in terms of Instagram organic, um we had, you know, on June 15, we started teasing June 15. We had a teaser post with a countdown to the drop. We were, you know, doing daily posts, all this, his stories. We also, you know, the good thing about Kenny is that he also shows his face as a brand owner. You don't have to do this, of course, if you want to go a different road, but he is very interactive with his community. He does, you know, polls, Q&As and stuff like that. So very great job, Kenny, on, you know, being actually an inspiration to your community. A lot of brands out there are just, oh, let me sell this to you, and I'm glad that you are wearing it, but give me the money. That's kind of nowadays a lot of brands approach, unfortunately. If you're watching this and you're one of them, I don't support you. Honestly, bro. Stop it. Like, actually try to change the culture, man. Like, give a new vibe to your community, bro. On drop day, again, we were posting feed posts, stories, stuff like that. What you can also do is, you know, go live and just be interactive with your community. If you have a community already, that's another kind of great way that I don't see a lot of brands do. Post drop, again, daily posts, and we kind of engage with the audience. We were posting more. We have like, Kenny has like a 3 main person. If you know Broken Planet, at Broken Planet, take a look at their content. They have this crew of friends that are constantly the face of the brand. So Kenny kind of set up something in a similar way. So we kind of reposted, you know, people that tagged us that they bought stuff. We reposted, you know, our influencers, our content creators, like the 3 main faces that Kenny has for the brand. And overall, one thing that you can do, especially post drop, is encourage people to kind of, the customers, the community, take a pic, tag you, and maybe you give them something in exchange or whatever. Like, just tell them like that you're gonna be having a reposting day today or something like that. Like, try to actually be interactive with your community, because nowadays the community is what makes a brand a brand. So some additional hyping up strategies that you can do is just drop more content, bro. Like before, like just do more content, do more art content, like work with influencers, creators, artists, rappers, other people, anyone who got an audience that might like your stuff, or anyone who's a creator that might want to wear and collab on your stuff, right? That's got a similar vibe that really fucks with your stuff. So Kenny told me, even he's been getting these people from SneakerCon, you know, the magazines, Balenciaga photographers, and he has this, you know, huge artist that fucks with the brand, right? He told us here by himself. Okay, like, we have an artist that fucks with brand. He felt willing to collaborate once I get my inventory. I'm actually gonna ask him how's this going, cause he hasn't updated me about it. If you have the manpower for it, of course, and energy, you can have some exclusive previews for top customers, or in like a private community, or like Discord, or even on Instagram. You have this like channel, right, for a community thing where you can announce stuff, right? Basically, think of a strategy that, you know, or like a consistent daily thing that you can do to get closer to your audience. Like, comment more, talk to them, be like an actual person, because personality behind brands nowadays is, I'm not saying a trend, but it's kind of a norm. Like the way that art and everything feels aesthetically one nowadays. Every second video, every video that you scroll, at least for me, I don't know what feed are you on, is very aesthetically pleasing, is very good for the eyes. The colors are insane. I'm not on a bullshit algorithm, so that I feel like that's the norm nowadays. And having a community, or like talking to a community, being close to your community, should be a norm as well. I don't know why a lot of brands want to be like anonymous or stuff like that, but I feel like just the fact that you are able to reply to everyone's DMs and even comments, and on top of it, being interactive with them on your stories, for example, or again, like in a Discord channel or on Instagram channel, is thing that you should try. Because trust me, like, people gonna fuck with you thanks to that. Doing some giveaways, contests, before drop, stuff around that, getting your own customers and having them record get fly with a brand type of videos as a form of social proof into the future. So what I mean by this is like getting your customers to kind of record videos for you, having them repost it. And the same thing with if you work with some influencers or fashion influencers or content creators, that is your community as well. So treat them like it. A lot of people tend to just focus, for example, on customers, right? Or just focus on their influencer or creators. Like, they're human, bro. Like, actually try to think in a community perspective. Launch referral programs, right? Influencer programs for your collaborators, content creators, whoever it is, right? Get everyone talking about the brand. Get everyone talking about your pieces. Get everyone talking about, oh shit, have you seen this pic? Have you seen this video? That's fire as fuck. Have you seen actually this brand? They are quite interactive with me. Yeah, I asked them XYZ and they kind of blah blah blah. Get people to talk about your stuff. Actually, like, if you're this type of brand where you post videos like POV, the hardest flirt sweatpants that you ever saw this summer, like, everyone does that. Like, it might work, but it's like, I don't know. Like, if you're that type of artist, then feel free to be. Some personalized retargeting as well, right? Use data from pre-drop interactions to target and personalize ads to those who showed interest but haven't purchased yet. Perhaps like with a better offer, a better creative, a new kind of better visual experience, or if you are able to even collect the customer's birth date or something like that, then, which is not a common thing, then on emails you can even set up like a custom birthday gifts, stuff around that. Again, that's personalized retargeting as well, and it's also being closer with your community. So the overall idea of how I look at like releasing collections and hyping out your collection is thinking in a way of hyping a product out to like kind of get that waiting line. Let's say it works with Apple. Like I used to watch Apple's launches a lot, right? I used to kind of watch YouTubers kind of wait in line to get the product and stuff like that. Creating that kind of experience, that kind of urgency, is very important anywhere, whatever you're releasing. And at the end of the day, fashion is a very kind of personal thing. It's an expression, it's style, it's art, it's personal kind of style expression again, and it's a full-time entertainment industry to be in. You are in an industry, like it or not, you are in an industry where you have to kind of give value to people by entertaining them. Just do cool stuff, bro. Like, is it that hard? Well, maybe for some people that are not artists. But anyways, let's go to the like summary timeline, because it was a quite long video, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna take a lot of stuff. If you have any comments, just hit it down below. If you think I missed anything, just hit it down below and I'll record another video about it. So just a summary. So the pre-drop phase, June 7, we started Facebook ads. We started Instagram organic hyping announcement. On June 15, we did a first pre-drop email. On June 20th, SMS campaign. On June 21st, I wrote a wrong thing. June 21st. On June 23rd, we did also a second pre-drop email reminder on the drop day. At 8 a.m. we had VIP early access email. On June 22nd, we had official launch announced everywhere, email, SMS, Instagram ads everywhere. In the post-drop phase, June 24th, we had an end of 70-hour launch discount. On June 25th, we had a final email reminder with a 12-hour flash sale. If you like this video, like it. If you didn't, it's okay.